All right, Dr. Judy is the camera operator today on the Ken Show. So, and she has to stand there, although she doesn't want to be. Today, we're going to discuss camera movement. And I have in front of me a Dana Dolly. I have the most skeletal setup, so you can see exactly what I have. Camera movement. I personally believe that you're in trouble when you go for your job interview and your director says to you that I want movement in every shot. That's the equivalent of saying to me, I want to have it lit by shafts of light but no smoke. For me, I have to say that I always preferred to be on a dolly. I always preferred to be on a hybrid or Fisher 10. But if you have to move and your moves are motivated, all well and good. Now, in the world of DSLR photography, there are this whole innovation called sliders. And basically a slider is not so much an innovation because we had monopod dollies and we had the camera sleds that Grips built for long times. And what it basically was is what you're seeing right here. This is designed by Dana Dolly people. I bought it on the recommendation of my friend Ira over at Barbizon in New York. I said, well, what's the best slider dolly? And he said, Dana Dolly. So I ordered one through Barbizon, and here it is. What they did is they sort of took the whole sled concept, I guess it was Mike over at Dana, and he did some really interesting things. And the most important thing for me when I got it was that it ran on speed rail. So being that I have my own barn full of speed rail outside, I could get basically two small junior stands, and I could run the speed rail through the two couplings that they had, and they actually have a center support that goes on a 750 stand. Also, they made it so that you could go to Home Depot, buy some conduit, and it would run. And as you can see, it runs terrifically. So if you want to do your left to right movement or you want to dolly in, you can go in very smoothly. I actually find, and this is stripped down so you can see there's no matte box, no follow focus. This would be the sort of minimal way of running it. I have the iCam monitor here so you can be down and you can slowly push it. You have your fluid head, which you can operate on the run and do your panning and tilting, and you're a one-man band. And this is probably really good when you're doing a very long sit down with the talking head. You know, I've talked to some producers and that's what they all want. They want to have this sort of deal with a little bit of movement because they want to, sort of somehow or other this is going to change the ennui from the moment. So all well and good, speed rail, great. And now these guys have come up with a little kit. It's not a little kit. It's 9 feet of rail. It's on a triangular setup. The first time I used it under pressure, under duress, and I didn't set it up right. The little joints here have to be mirror image. Otherwise, you will get a bump. This one engages the reel after this one. The wheels are also, they're not just ordinary skateboard reels, they're a bit softer. And to tell you the truth, I actually find it, and this is the reason why I recommend this dolly, is that when I have used this with, say, a Red or an Alexa, a heavier camera with all the stuff that the assistants and the sound guys and the video guys like to put on, then it's actually really easier. And of course this head, which is an okay head, it's not a sockler. If I was going to do a lot of movement, I would probably upgrade to a $2,000 head. It's a $1,000 head. It seems to be fine. Again, what am I going to move the camera for? For me, I love walk and talks. I love this and that, where you're coming alongside something. All these things are well. Again, if you go back and you're just going to follow your victim around, it's terrific. What I have, and I think it's pretty much a necessity, is you want to have a little 7-inch outboard monitor like this iCam, so that you can actually operate the camera when you're focus and your attention is on this monitor rather than trying to do the LED in the background. So, you know, now they're coming out with jibs and all this and that, and I guess maybe that will be the next thing down the line for me. I was never a Jimmy jib type of guy, and there are some guys that can work magic with it because the guy is doing everything. The guy's operating it, he's actually booming up and down, he's zooming in, he's focusing, he's doing a lot of things, and I think that personally I would actually prefer to be on the dolly being pushed so that I could operate. So I'm only concentrating on one thing, which is framing. But if you're coming up and you don't, if you don't want to, or you can't have a crew, then of course this is the way out. You're pushing, you're giving some interesting movement. Your director, of course, who is going to hire you for the next job tells you he wants movement, you're going to give him movement. And like I said, I think this is a reasonable investment for a person who wants to upgrade to a heavier camera, a motion picture camera, sometimes later on, and it works just fine with this. Why spend $300 or $400 when you have the versatility with a few $100 more of getting a whole system where when you become a big-time DP operator, you can use that. That's all for today. Thanks. And cut.